this. Hopefully people can now hear me out there. If you're watching live on YouTube and you weren't able to hear anything previously, hopefully now you're able to hear that we're live from the Brilliant Gardens here just outside of Brasilito in Guanacaste, Costa Rica. Going out the backside here where Dimitri is headed, you're going to see just how beautifully private this location is. I'm going to ask Dimitri to go upstairs so that he's able to give you an idea of the surrounding countryside. The current owners bought this property without the terrace that he's about to climb up and added this entire patio area upstairs as an incredible spot to enjoy the countryside. As Dimitri heads up the stairs here, you will get a panoramic view out towards Playa Brasilito itself. And as he goes up to the deck area, you get to see there's a ton of area up here on this terrace where he's heading step by step here. And as you look out, you'll get to see just how unique this location is. Despite the fact that we're only a couple hundred yards from this highway that connects you to all of the amenities in Guanacaste, you have absolute privacy here at Brilliant Gardens. The lot measures almost 2 full acres or 7,000 square meters, which means you don't have any direct neighbors, and you get to benefit from one of these larger agricultural parcels, as they're known here in Guanacaste. You find very few properties here in the area that have that amount of space. Dimitri's looking back at the atrium right now, where you can see how they raised the roof literally on this house. Upstairs, that glassed-in area allows for airflow and, like I said, just incredible light to come down here into the main space. And as Dimitri comes back downstairs again, you'll see the home has an enormous pool right here off the back porch. That pool was completely redone as part of the remodeling efforts that the current sellers did over a year of construction. And you really have plenty of space in there. It's definitely not your typical sort of plunge pool. The sellers also had gardens there. Have a seat, Tim. And though they're currently not working. As Dimitri comes back into the main space here, don't worry about it.
I was going to sit here.
Oh, you're going to sit there? Okay. This is actually the seller of Brilliant Gardens, Tim Ellis. You've seen him before on my channel, and you will be seeing him again. Tim and I have talked about a
out, and then you've got this long beach, and like we love taking our dogs there, and they love going there. There's a lot of other dogs to play with and lots of fun stuff to do. And then there's the Patagonia del Mar, which is right across the street from the beach there. We love eating there. We're kind of fans of that. The people and the atmosphere, and it's just beautiful sunsets. And so let's see, we do that. Gonna start bicycling soon. We just got a bicycle, and so we've got a lot of places to bicycle. I probably should have been doing this for the past year and a half, but I just haven't had time. So gonna start doing that soon. Then I love walking up. If you walk up the hill and around, there's I don't know, something like a 4-hectare area that's just completely empty that you can walk around and see horses and animals and views, and it's just kind of a cool spot. So also the dogs, for whatever reason, they love walking up there. It doesn't matter how many times they've done it. I like swimming. The pool's kind of fun. I could keep going.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. Tim didn't mention some of the absolutely huge amenities. They don't get involved at all in the Playa Flamingo marina, which is about 10 minutes down the road. That marina was the sole reason that property values in Flamingo shot through the roof. You also have Reserva Conchal and an amazing golf course down the road if you were so inclined. And you do have some of the world's best sort of snorkeling, fishing, diving beaches around here as well. And Tim instead goes skydiving every now and then with his family.
Amalu does all that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're just joining us now, first of all, my apologies for the audio issues that we've had so far. I want to go quickly back and explain where we're sitting right now so that you get an idea of this location here. We're at the Brilliant Gardens property in just outside of Playa Brasilito. If we go to our Google Maps here, you see Brasilito itself is just down here with the world famous Reserva Conchal. Playa Flamingo is just to the north over here. And the property that we are sitting in is right here, just above the Paseo del Mar Commercial Center. Brilliant Gardens right here. If we put the pin there, I will zoom out now and you can get an idea of just how prime this location is. You're 2 minutes up the road from the Costa Rica International Academy, 10 minutes up to the Flamingo Marina, and really you have access to supermarkets, medical care, private schools, everything you could possibly want. Yet we are not in a gated community. We're not in one of those enclave type exclusive places. This is literally just a little spot tucked in the woods that Tim somehow found out of all the corners of Costa Rica. We're surrounded on every side by a massive piece of property that is still forest. And along one side of the property, there's this beautiful little creek running that's obviously only going to be seasonal, but that makes a very great privacy sort of feature for the one side of the property. You have
important to note, on the other side of that creek is a natural preserve or whatever you call it. So it's going to be private for a while.
Yeah, absolutely. The location here offers really an unparalleled balance of privacy while still being close to those amenities that we were talking about. If you have questions about Tim's property here, Brilliant Gardens, do be sure to send me an email to matt@costaricamat.com. Obviously, you should also be sure to subscribe to my channel because I have close to 400 Costa Rica videos. Not all of them start out as rough as this one did, I promise. They're very informative, and we talk about everything from real estate to moving here to taxes to cultural things. And soon I'm going to be talking with Tim about what it's like to be an introvert in Costa Rica and how you can find happiness even if you don't like to go out and party with all kinds of randos. Let's take a quick, so we're sitting here in Tim's home. We've got a 3-bedroom main home that we're sitting in here. Tim also has a guest house down the road. I'd like Tim to walk us around his home in particular and give us an idea of what they've done here. Because I don't think at the beginning we had audio while we were talking about the really cool ceiling above me. And I want to make sure that everybody can hear us. Absolutely, Muttley and Love, I did need a beer to troubleshoot this issue. And right now, by the way, agents who come visit this property, we're inviting any brokers here, are getting $25 to Brothers of Ale. So that's where we will be going next after this broadcast. So let's stand up and take a look at your house, Tim.
All right.
When you bought this, we were looking at a typical Guanacaste sort of old school home with a regular roof line. What happened above us?
Well, first what happened was termites. And so we figured since we had to fix the termite problem by doing some roofing, we're like, well, let's just take the whole roof off and put a new roof on. And then we okay, well, let's take the roof off, but put the new roof on 4 or 5 meters higher than the original roof. And so that's what we did. And yeah, that area up there, it's not well used because we haven't thought what to do with it. We're thinking maybe we could put plants up there. But there's, I'm sure, a lot of things one could do in that area. Yeah, but it's just beautiful. We love the light. We love, probably, I don't know if the audio issues were happening earlier, but yeah, there's no lights on in here because this is just all the natural light bouncing in from the sun. It's just, gorgeous. Totally. So that was our first thing to do here.
Yeah, you can see, especially older construction here tends to be very dark and depressing. I didn't know that the termites were part of, the necessity that, or the mother is the mother of invention. Yeah, it was part of the necessity that gave birth to this invention. But the result is absolutely cool. You feel like you're sitting more like in a, like an important building rather than just a normal home because of the elevated ceiling. It looked like you originally didn't plan to glass in that space and maybe you wanted the bar for security, and then you added the glass later.
Yeah, actually both. It was kind of a collaboration between, builder and architect and myself. And one of the things they recommended was just put the bars in for complete safety. It's like somebody might climb up there and break the glass. It's like, okay, why not? Like, I'm not ever going to climb up there. So let's put them in. And so that's what we did. And, but yes, originally we were not sure if we would glass it in or not.
Yep.
We finally did decide to glass it in because it would just kind of make it cleaner. My wife doesn't like to dust as much. And so that kind of helps. And then you might notice these little sheets that are on the glass. Those make really nice rainbows in the morning, but we originally weren't going to put those in either, except birds don't see the glass. So that is actually just to keep the birds from hitting the glass.
Yeah.
None of those sheets are permanent. It's a 20-minute job if you don't like those to pull them down and turn it into a bird killing machine again.
Yeah. If you enjoy pigeons, which I've had a friend that, he would, if a pigeon accidentally hit, his window, that, it didn't matter if that thing was still walking when it walked, Anyway, love you very much, Rick. Let's talk about your kitchen here. Right. This is clearly not the original kitchen that was in the home when you purchased.
Correct.
I don't think Analu would have accepted the old Costa Rica kitchen.
Right. It was much smaller and much less modern. The kitchen itself was one of the adventures of renovating. It took, I think, about 3 months to get it in. So we had 3 months where we had to wash dishes in bathrooms or out in the back or whatever. So yeah, it was an adventure, but it got done, and it's imported from Spain. And I guess that makes it nice, but it does make it take a little while.
Yeah, absolutely. It's funny. Tim always has very nice stuff, but he doesn't necessarily care about the nice stuff he has. This beautiful, absolutely modern cabinetry and everything. You're you've got a wife with amazing taste.
Yeah.
I imagine if Tim was living here by himself, it may not look this perfect.
Much more bachelor. Yeah, this is all her idea and all her like we went down to San Jose and picked it out, and she was doing all the thing. But yeah, if you're a kitchen fanatic, like there's this thing, which if you open up, you can just pull that wire out. And
Yeah.
it's
very cool. All kinds of extra, smart shelving and stuff that makes
left.
it easy. Yeah.
Oh, it's crazy. Pull it. Do even more. Pull it
Oh,
out.
can
now
you?
Push it to the left.
Oh my
Now
gosh. Here
pull
we
it some
go.
more.
Yeah. 2 shelves. Really cool. I can't imagine. So what store did you find that at San Jose?
Oh, I forget the name of the place. I could look it up. If somebody emails you and says, hey, where is that? I'll go find it and give the info to whoever wants it.
Yeah, but nothing is more representative of how far Costa Rica has come. In 2008, I couldn't get Heinz ketchup. There were like still very simple things that you couldn't find here. And now we have kitchen gadgets like this multi-shelf transformer system that's straight out of a movie. I'll let Dimitri just walk back in there. You've got a huge utility room and the fridge over here. I love those new appliances. You guys clearly made the folks in San Jose very happy. Or
Oh, yeah.
did you get these appliances locally?
Some of them are local. Goyo is Honolulu's favorite place to go, but some of them definitely have come from far.
Yeah.
And I don't know which are which, so
no,
I'm afraid we'll just have to find out.
Yeah, the availability of materials both here and in San Jose has radically changed over the years. And I'm not surprised you were able to find that kind of cool stuff there. Let's come over to one of the bedrooms here and show just how much you've turned these into nice sort of home and country, or what's that magazine called? Country Garden Magazine or whatever. Every room feels extremely comfortable. They've bought custom furniture. Honolulu has clearly coordinated linens, pillows, etc. Tim and Honolulu are selling this home largely as you see it. Obviously, there's some personal stuff in it today. I had not told Tim that during our brokers event, I also wanted to do live YouTube. But here we are, folks, live for millions. The bathrooms, they also absolutely took that nice, really fresh, modern style to. Everyone in the house has been redone so that you've got 3 full baths, one paired with each bedroom here in the main home. And as you can see, they've been really freshened up and brought to life. Here is our second guest bedroom over here. All around the house, if we go over to the side here, you can see exactly why that 7,000 meter or 2-acre lot is so important. On this side of the house, the property slopes down to a little creek. We're surrounded by nothing but plants, the chirping of the birds, all kinds of wonderful nature sounds. But really, they have this privacy here in an area of Guanacaste when you don't typically find a lot of privacy. What was that signal? Distance? Okay, yeah, absolutely. Anyway, along the side of the house here, you get an idea of just how forested and quiet this spot is. The house also has, I think, at least 1,000 square feet of under roof parking area over on this side here. As we come around the corner here, you'll see my car parked in one of 4 or 3 or 4 spots easily, with this wonderful veranda here, shaded garage where you could have your other cars or a ping pong table or play basketball or something along those lines. We won't venture down to the guest house today because I want to make sure we can keep our internet signal going. But just down this side of the property, following this wall about 75 yards on the back of the lot, you have your 1-bedroom guest house as well. They've done that up so that it's comfortable and perfectly ready for a long-term renter. They remodeled the kitchen in there. The bathroom looks great. Furniture, everything is ready to go if you wanted to either have your mother-in-law visit or if you wanted the option to produce some rental income while you're living here. We'll come back into the main house here so that you get an idea of just how wide open and gorgeous this space is.
Master is over here.
Oh, we had not yet gone through the primary bedroom here. We'll loop around and make our trip back. And as we do, I want to point out one of the features that they upgraded on the house. You know, every single door in the place has now been made into an absolutely secure metal door. They've deliberately made them look beautiful and like part of the house. But essentially, you have an absolutely secure home here, both between the fact that, yes, there are bars on doors if you want to close those. You also have these doors internally that make it every room fully lockable. I'm not going to ask about the big candy cane here. That looks like a comfort pillow. But anyhow, here we're at another one of the primary bedrooms off the front of the home. Tim works from Brilliant Gardens for a living because the internet here is available. This entire area is wired with fiber optic internet. And have you gone to 2 connections again to have a mesh network?
Yes, exactly. There is a connection down in the casita. And if we had thought about it, I would have set it up and we could have just wandered down there, but it has a different password, alas. Yes, we have 2 different internet connections. I can work from up here. I can work from the casita. They're both very nice, very fast internet. Yes.
Now, you see a lot of people moving specifically to this area because it's attractive as a remote work location. We're only about 45 minutes from the Liberia International Airport, or rather the Guanacaste International Airport, as it's now known. Again, we're 10 minutes from the Playa Flamingo Marina. We're 20 minutes from downtown Playa Tamarindo, where you've got 4 million restaurants and all kinds of shopping available. So really, you don't see many properties that are this centrally located. I want to come back here and see whether anyone has a question regarding Brilliant Gardens here. I will be posting the listing link to this property here in the description of the video. Obviously, if you're in town and you want to take a look at this property, your first step is to email me, matt@costaricamatt.com. As of February 2024, Brilliant Gardens has an asking price of $1,250,000. Again, that includes a 2-acre, 7,000 square meter lot. It includes the 2,400 square foot main home, 3 bedrooms here with our terrace upstairs, pool, gardens, 1-bedroom guest house. You've got a beautiful road that actually, you know, the retaining walls and everything. There's a well on the property that's usable as well. You've got reinforced secure doors at every entrance. So this is a property that really doesn't need any more security. But most importantly, you have privacy here at Brilliant Gardens, and you don't find that much in this expat area. You could move to Reserva Conchal, where you've got hundreds of condominiums next door to each other. Down in Tamarindo, things would be even busier, or Potrero. There aren't many spots where you find a larger property available so that you can really enjoy Costa Rica instead of ending up cramped with your neighbors like a lot of places. So again, if you'd like to know more about this listing, do be sure to subscribe as well, because we'll be posting more videos about it. Hope you've enjoyed this. Sorry for our chaotic start there, folks. And again, thanks very much for watching.